welcome back to another exciting tale of my adventures in the Philippines. Today, we're going to talk about transportation. Today, I ended up riding on the back of a motorcycle with, the guy riding me. Uh, I'm going to bring you up to date on exactly how I ended up getting there. But anyway, the ride back to the hotel was about 200 pesos, which is worth about $4 US. Traffic today was pretty smooth and it was hot as usual, so I'm sweating, but the air feels good on the back of the motorcycle. I started out riding LRT, a train from McLaren going to the United Nations Avenue. Now, the train station is overcrowded, and once you get on the train, it's like everybody's rubbing against each other, so it's a tight ride, kind of like New York. Now, we're going to the Jitneys. Now, back where I'm from, in Atlantic City, New Jersey, this is called a jeepney. A jitney seats about up to 12 people, and it's an AC comfortable ride. However, the jeepney here in the Philippines has no AC in it. It's an open window ride, and the only way to enter it is through the back. So you got to climb into the back and pay the driver once you get off. Its fare is about 15 pesos. That's 25 cents per person. You're squinched over in the back of this thing with these people, and it's, really hot. And yeah, it's a bumpy ride. Next, we have the trike. Now, this is a little bit crazy because the trike riders are usually young boys or retired old Filipino guys, or just people just hustling to make $1 on a day-to-day thing. They ride you down streets in the city, and sometimes you've got to be careful with them. Their usual rate is about 100 pesos per ride, one way. Now, you got to be careful because some of these guys might try to take advantage of you and raise the price. They do that, just walk away, and they'll start immediately lowering the price of the ride for you. That's the way, just don't let them rip you off and take more money than they need to. That's all I got to warn you about these guys. Usually parked alongside with the trikes and the jeepneys, there are these little things called tricycles, and they are exactly what it is. It's like a motorbike with a little passenger, little wheel thing on the side. It has a little compartment for two people. Now, I personally could not fit into the cab of one of these things. So for a tall person, you would end up having to sit on the back of the bike with the rider, the person that's driving the bike, and just hang your legs off of the bike or just step on the foot pegs, and you'll be fine. These rides are relatively cheap, but I didn't pay to ride them, so I stayed away from them and just stuck to a regular motorbike or a jeepney, or even though I hate the jeepney too, but I'll probably most likely not take that ride again either. But yeah, I'll either stick to the taxi cabs or the little trikes, and I'm pretty good with that. For everything else, all I have to say is that with each one of these rides, pay attention to how much they're charging you for a ride, and make sure they're taking you in the right place, that your destination to where you're going, so you don't get lost. You got to verify that the guy knows exactly where he's taking you, and usually they'll ask for your phone and use Google Maps to find a better route to your destination. And then there's the taxi cab drivers, white or yellow, take your choice. White taxi cab drivers don't have a meter inside of them, so you want to negotiate a price before you even get in. If you get in with a yellow taxi cab driver, make sure you tell him to run his meter. so this way he doesn't rip you off. Either way, whichever one you pick, you want to rule of thumb, just make a generalization of how far away your destination is and the time it takes to get there. Your fare should be a reasonable 200 pesos or more, not in the thousands. That's ripping you off. And keep in mind, these guys are here to make money off of you. So just don't get too thrilled when they pass you their business card so that they can keep you as a customer to keep calling them back so they can keep making money off of you. Just as long as they're not ripping you off by overcharging you for your fare. If you find the right driver that's nice and won't rip you off or take advantage of you, keep his card and keep his number and use him as a guide. He'll actually take care of you and show you everywhere you need to go and make sure you get to where you need to go on time. He'll even wait outside your hotel for you day and night if he has to, because he needs to make his money. He has to feed his family. So yeah, usually when they like you, they will stick to you. You take care of them, they will take care of you. Think of him like your loyal servant. He is there to serve you. However, I do offer a warning. There are certain cab drivers that want more than just your business. They want to lure you away to the red light district or offer to get you a girl for the night. Just politely turn them down and keep moving on to the next driver. In my view, you don't want to get caught up in any mess, in any kind of situation, nor end up in a situation in which you can't get out of. Okay, so remember when I told you in the beginning how I ended up on taking a scooter from McLaren back to Pasay, and I was going to tell you how I ended up on it? Well, here goes. It turns out like this. I took a jeepney, mostly out of curiosity, just because I wondered how the ride would be. What I didn't know was that taking the jeepney from Metro Manila back to McLaren would only take me as far as the other side of Metro Manila at the point of McLaren. What I should have done was take the LRT train back from Metro Manila all the way back to the point of McLaren where I first got on. At least I would have been closer to my destination to get to Pasay. No, I had to play Mr. Adventurous and take the jeepney back out of curiosity. And it ended up dropping me off in the middle of nowhere in McLaren, away from the place that I began. So now here I am at the next stop where I'll see a lot of trikes and a lot of scooters. And I asked one of the trike guys to give me a ride back to Terminal 4 next to where I would be staying in the hotel. That was my end destination. And none of them acted like they sounded like they didn't know where I was going. And then one guy said it was too far. So he pointed to the scooter driver and he said, "Hey, he'll take you." I asked the scooter driver how much, and he said for just 200 pesos. So there I was on the back of a scooter heading all the way back to Pasay to my destination. And actually, to be honest with you, it wasn't a bad ride on the back of that scooter. I had the wind blowing on my face otherwise it would have been an extremely hot day. And it was a very comfortable ride. It was pretty exciting, to be honest with you, and riding along the streets on a back scooter for the first time in the Philippines. Well, that's the end of my story, and I'm going to bring this to a close. I just wanted to say thanks to each and every one of you for watching, and please come back again. Subscribe, hit the notification, and like.